All right, guys, we are on day 3 of the build on Sketchy's return. Jeff is installing the turbos right now, getting those all bolted in. We did all the mocking up yesterday and actually got the plumbing on the boost pipe there. I don't know if you can see that fixed. So extended out a little bit. So now it's time to start bolting these bad boys in. And then probably putting a water pump in today. And what do you think?
Maybe. I might stick it in there just to see how much room we got with the crank pulley still.
Okay. We got the EGT kit coming today from, where did we order that from? Summit Racing. So that's on its way. We're also waiting on the new ATI super dampener because this is too loose to go back on my crank. So I just been waiting on one of these, and that should be in tomorrow. For the most part, everything's getting put back together. We'll probably get these pipes for the turbos in today, and just start working little by little, by Jeff throwing stuff. Make sure that line's the right one.
Oh, it's the right one.
For the drain line.
I just want to make sure that it's gonna fit correctly.
How does she feel?
Feels wonderful. Kind of limp, but
But hey, that's okay. So we're taking the turbos back off and putting these gaskets in. Because before we didn't have these, and I was getting a lot of blow-by on the turbos.
a lot of leak.
A lot of leak, not blow-by. It looked pretty bad, didn't it?
It looked pretty bad. Leaving a lot of power out of there. Almost like another wastegate. It's my bad side.
So we are bolting up the oil drain lines for the turbos. And we got the turbos all bolted in.
Cross thread this fitting on here.
Yep, cross thread that fitting on there. You go. Starters in. What are you bringing me?
A box for Sarah, but I don't think Sarah's here.
A box for Sarah. From Sarah?
No, it says to Sarah.
That is an alien.
Let's open this bad boy up.
Yep.
Let's see what's inside.
He trusted me with a knife. That was dumb.
That was dumb.
We don't take people to a hospital here. Here's a tractor. We bury them.
Tractor life.
We bury them.
Full rep. Can't even keep you.
Oh, I can't even do it. Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
What are you saying?
No, he doesn't weigh that.
What is
No, what are you saying?
I told him that he's skinny. He needs to eat something. Another box.
Ooh,
With bags
The bags.
and boxes.
EGTs.
these are different EGTs.
They're cooler. They're Holley.
You know what I'm thinking, guys?
You don't want this?
No, I don't think these are gonna fit in the bumps of the exhaust.
We'll make it fit. Don't you worry.
Are these the small ones?
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
Well, you got any bums? At least we got them. God, they're so big.
Screwed me.
Alright, Sketchy, pull the manifolds back up. We're really not joking though.
We do have to pull manifolds.
So we take them over to Sean.
Oh, great.
We should have them back by next week.
You gotta drop the motor again?
No, they'll come out.
They're actually easier than it.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot tighter in there. So nice.
That is a nice harness.
All you do is just plug your can butt. Plug this in, jump it, and plug your screen back in. And that's it. You wire this.
That's all you do.
Power and ground is you gotta wire it in, but I think you can actually pin this straight to the ECU too.
So what do you have to tap that out first?
Drill them.
Drill them?
Set one of these. So those just sit
On the manifold.
the manifold. They actually weld onto the manifold. So it'll sit on like that. You just drill the hole out, probably 1/4 inch or whatever it is. Then set it on the manifold, weld it around, and then
We didn't open the probe.
one of them.
That's a
You
probe.
don't want to tighten these down because they'll pinch it on there. But you put this little collar on, and when you tighten it down, it'll pinch this into the probe, and then it'll stay there.
Oh, I see.
So when you tighten it down, these will tighten down on there. But you don't want to tighten it down yet.
And you want to, if they're out, keep little rubber things on them. Because the little tip of it right there, that's the
Your sensor.
sensor.
Well, that's gonna be some work. Jeez. You got this one off yet, Jamie?
Almost.
It's only 4 bolts.
That's 6.
Oh, sorry, 6.
6.
6 of those pains in the butts. So while we're waiting for the manifolds to get done with the new bums, we are taking out a bunch of old stock fuel lines out of Sketchy and trying to clean it up a little bit. So just having a fun time cutting and whatnot back here. We even found some old pieces of my old belt when I always was blowing up my belt on my old supercharger setup. And we found a piece of intake from when I blew my intake up. So finding all sorts of goodies in here while we were ripping stuff out. That's really cleaning up under here.
There you go.
Done. All right, guys, so we are taking Jeff's wife's car out for a little spin. It's a Datsun 260Z. It's like really little. It's pretty cool. And he's got an LS swap in it.
LS6 and T56.
LS6 in it, huh? So I actually never rode in one of these cars before in my whole life. So
Really?
no, I haven't. This is new.
We got a couple of them.
This thing's so cool. So yeah, and on top of that, I get to ride one with an LS swap in it.
Everything vibrates.
She gets down for all motor. Wow.
This motor has 194,000 miles on it, and it was under 5 feet of water.
Really?
Yeah.
God.
When it flooded, in 2011, or 13.
13?
This was actually out of a CTSV that we owned. And it got totaled. The floods.
Where you're
The
with
CTSV was up to the bottom of the mirrors, then water. There was
Jeez.
probably 3 gallons of water in the motor. It was pretty cool.
That's crazy. Super cool. First riding one.
It'll be easy.
And then we're gonna start seeing where we can mock up the new Holley Dominator underneath
Underneath, kick panel.
the kick panel there.
This thing actually is pretty small.
Look like a little kid in there.
Small.
So does this pop up?
No. You have to unbolt it from underneath. And then gut the airbag and everything out of it.
I've been reading, and there's a lot of people do put those in Holley, like the Hollies in there.
You've been reading?
I've been reading.
Reading?
Now I'm just saying I don't know if it's possible or doable, but I've been reading.
Anything is possible. It's all on how long you want to take.
Saw's always coming out.
I thought you were serious. I was like, what is he cutting up? Get in there, Jeff. See his face? He's like, you son of a... Tell me what to do.
Start scouting the cage out.
Yeah.
Move this bar out of the way for a little while.
Oh no, can you even get it out with the cage in there? Look at that, folks. Such concentration.
Constipation?
Constipation. Sorry, man. That sounds like bad.
Weight reduction, so that in the trash.
Throw this in the trunk, I guess. Get out of your way.
You still got a back seat?
Yeah. Yeah, I ran 8.7s with a full interior. Still have the back seat. Of course, man. I don't mess around.
I won't scratch it, don't worry.
I won't, I mean, that's full interior, baby.
It is definitely full interior. You're definitely not bold.
Even look how heavy the floor mats are. I even ran it with 8.7 with those floor mats. I even got back ones too. All right, well, Jeff is working on getting that out. I'm going to click off here.
Click off.
Come back when something else is cooler than watching Jeff's bald head.
Bald head.
Grinds down snap-on tools just for me. You're just a fantastic human being. You know that, Jeff?
You're the wrong person.
So tell the good folks what you're doing.
Taking the airbags out
Why are you doing that for?
so that you don't get hit in the face with an airbag.
Oh,
We're gonna try to stick the ECU up in here. Try to hide it.
I'm pretty good at sticking things where, you know, the sun don't shine, so.
Well, the sun definitely does not shine up underneath here, that is for sure. My flashlight isn't doing a very good job either. So we'll run the whole main harness, engine harness out through here, so that everything's tucked up, and then I can tuck it down underneath, and
Okay.
we'll try to tie into all the factory stuff. So let's start with the key. It'll work perfect. All the factory harness and everything, all your fuel pump, starter signal, everything comes out. We'll tie in.
Oh, yeah. So Jamie just delivered the old manifolds with the new bungs in them.
New bung holes.
Bung holes. Looks good. Now we've been kind of waiting on that, so now I'm going to start plugging away and getting this back together and getting in the car and hitting it hard with turbos installed. Again, right, Jeff? Again.
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm. It should start going together pretty quick now.
Good.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Okay, guys, so just installing the piping for the right side turbo. We've got the left side in. And then we're gonna have to disconnect it and when we get the balancer in
Tomorrow, hopefully.
tomorrow. So we'll just disconnect it from here, but we'll get everything back all bolted in.
Each pipe and everything put back in. Look at that ratchet,
Sure.
please.
Yep. Oh, you say please.
Politeness on video.
Politeness on video. What you guys don't know is Jeff's been yelling at me to do stuff all day long, so.
That's what I wanted to see. We can figure out how the route goes. We'll keep it a little out of the way. Just go through and reroute everything. Make sure everything
Reroute.
stays away from the exhaust.
Oh yeah, and I have a heat shield that's shaped like Nebraska.
Pressure sensor, so it'll know how much pressure is on top of the wastegate. And then the CO2, that solenoid, the little Holley boost solenoid. So your CO2 will go in and out, and these will bleed off. So this is your fill, and this is your dump. So it'll dump CO2 out of this side. So when you can set it to make, like we do, boost by time. So from the release of the trans brake, say at like 1.5 seconds, you want it to make 15 pounds. So this will release CO2 into the top of the wastegates and close the wastegates. And then say you want at 3 seconds, you want it to drop back down to like 8 PSI. So this side will bleed the CO2 back out, and it works with your map sensor, and it controls boost very well.
All right, guys, I'm gonna start taking out this wheel liner to get the old wiring ran up and underneath it and all tucked away and hidden for the new computers. Shouldn't be too hard. All right, guys, so Jeff is tightening the
Oil drains.
And he just got done tightening up all the piping to the turbos. Hopefully the harmonic balancer comes in tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. That's kind of putting us behind right now. So it's day 3. We're going over the new balancer that we just got this morning. Oh, excuse me, it's day 4 of Sketchy's return. We went and got new oil feed lines. I'm starting to install these bad boys. Before, I'm just replacing these while we're here. These have a tendency to leak. So I'm just gonna replace them and get these new ones in. Then we're gonna put the new intake on. And then water pump today, get most of the mechanical stuff done. And then start working on installing the computer and wiring maybe a little bit tomorrow. We gotta do some stuff with the blow-off valves and run some hoses and stuff to make the dump valves work a lot better. Jeff's installing, or putting together the bolts for the new balancer.
This one goes on tight.
I've broken that before off on my old crappy setup that I used to have.
The keyway?
The whole thing. It had so much pressure on the snout. That's why I switched to turbo. Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. They're attacking you.
Annoying.
I literally caught a fly between my fingers like freaking Mr. Miyagi and Karate Kid with chapsticks. Oh. That one's on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna take the down pipes off.
What?
I'm gonna take the down pipes off. I thought I could do it with them.
Oh. You guys see his frustration in his face? He's so frustrated. You gonna start cussing yet?
I don't cuss at all.
Church every Monday.
All right, guys, I'm gonna take a little break and help him do this so he doesn't get frustrated and start throwing stuff across the shop like he has been doing. Right, Jeff?
Right. Here, hold this.
Oh, dang it. I dropped this. She's going on. You gotta beat it on there a little bit, but with a wood block.
No beating it on.
Oh, we didn't beat it on?
Right on, perfect.
It went right on.
Perfectly.
Perfectly, with no pressure or stress or anything.
No blocks of wood or hammers.
Nothing.
Nothing.
So we are installing the water pump.
You gotta get your crank trigger on.
Okay.
Your alternator, power steering pump.
So it looks good. Can we start it up now?
Yep.
Awesome.
Still waiting for that pest control guy though to come out.
Kill your flies.
Killing flies. I wish I knew a guy
Yeah.
that stuff.
I don't even know if there's any professional pest control guy that could help you with this problem.
They weren't bad till you got here.
Now we are bolting on the alternator bracket. No, power steering bracket.
This is the air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning.
It's weird looking air conditioning. We'll get this bad boy bolted on. These hoses have not stopped leaking since Sketchy's been in the garage here. Got PFI.
PFI South.
PFI.
Unit B.
Unit B, as Jamie calls it.
Yeah, that's a power steering pump.
No, this is AC compressor.
In case you didn't know.
In case you
Oh, it's pissing all over your
car.
Oh man.
Payback. Payback's a bitch sometimes.
Oh jeez. I'm gonna get some rag so it doesn't catch fire.
Every single rag we've used.
Every one of them. This will be fun trying to start.
One. Watch your finger.
Two.
That's all
One,
there is.
two.
That's all there is.
We are putting on the crank trigger right now. Got the water pump mostly installed here, except for these bolts. Power steering pump's in. Another bolt. Oh, that's way too deep.
That's good enough. Good enough.
Okay.
I gotta tighten it a little bit.
Get an alternator bracket. That should hold up pretty good now. You usually see the car with the intake on before you start putting everything else on. It's just weird.
Nope, it's not weird.
Nope. Yeah, wait till you try to put this on here and that go under all that. And you're like, what in the world?
Saws all the cowl out there a little bit. Make some room.
High horsepower alternator.
She should be anyways. That's the stock one there.
I've never used one of these brackets, so. It's a little tight in there.
Oh, we have to trim that.
You gonna trim that?
Trim it. Trim it off. See, Jeff?
I would use my air, but you broke my air compressor.
I can't believe I did that.
Don't let off the gas.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is it broken?
That's broken. But I think you'll be all right.
All right.
Like Jeff says, it'll be fine.
We'll be
You gotta
fine.
put it all the way down to 1.
Okay.
Yeah, if we made it gradual, we could send it. All right, Dan, you got this side, I got the other side.
Come on, get out of the way.
Oh, he is not screwing around.
He's gonna send it.
He is going to say, no. Nope.
He's going again.
Oh, damn.
Is that the spare tire? Oh. Don't shut it off.
Uh-oh.
That's fine.
Oh, we can do it.
Don't shut it off. Jeff said don't shut it off.
Drew, park over there.
Just gotta lock the door.
Y'all better hurry. The thing doesn't have much life left.
Are you guys going again? We're hitting it again? Yeah.
There, Sketch, buckle up.
Oh, he's using the whip around method.
Uh-oh.
Getting out of hand.
Out of hand's okay. You safe there, Kyle?
That was fast, Jeff. Oh my
You look sketchy out here.